You're made to work. Without it, according to Tennessee Williams, the playwright, he says, the man is a sword cutting daisies. You gotta choose your hard. You gotta figure out the work worth doing. And you know what? This economic conversation of whether you can hire somebody else to do that work for cheaper than your time value, I think it's missing the most important point. When we think about which tasks to do ourselves versus which tasks to delegate, most people use this simple time value equation, right? Basically, is it a good economic decision to pay somebody else? In the words of Dan Martell, right? Buy back my time. Is it a good economic decision to pay somebody else to do the work? Well, I think that there's a lot more to it. I think that when deciding which task to do yourself versus which to outsource, I believe that there's 4 tests actually that you need to put this through. I call it the 4 work worth doing tests. So let me tell you what they are. The first is the connection test. Will this help me build meaningful relationships? I think you should cut your own damn lawn. And I think that you should let your kid climb on your back or go hand over hand with you, even though it's a pain in the ass and it's way easier to do it yourself, or obviously way easier to pay somebody else to do it. But you know what? It'll help you build meaningful relationships. What a beautiful thing to care for your home alongside family, even if it takes you longer. The connection test, right? Number 2 is the growth test. Is this going to teach you something valuable? Are you going to put together that bookshelf yourself? Or are you going to hire somebody else to do it? Well, if you put it together yourself, you might learn something about carpentry. You might get a bit better with tools, right? Will this teach you something valuable? Number 3 is the pride test. This is my favorite. Well, being able to say, I did that, bring you genuine satisfaction. And then the 4th work worth doing test is the legacy test. Is this going to create memories to pass down? Work worth delegating generally fails these 4 tests. But if any of these tests are passed, like if the job that you are thinking about delegating passes any of these tests, my belief is that you should actually do the damn thing yourself. You know, there's a big difference between buying an Olympic gold medal off of eBay and then winning it yourself. You can put the one around your neck that you bought off eBay, but it ain't gonna feel the same. Well, I'll tell you, my home feels the same way too. We've done a lot of the landscaping ourselves. We got 3 tons of stone delivered to our driveway. And for 2 months, I shoveled and wheelbarrowed that stone into our various garden beds. And for the first couple weeks, my oldest son, Calvin, didn't really help me, you know, because I believe that leadership is by doing and leading by example, not by demanding. And then after 2 weeks, he came out and he wanted to help, and he didn't really help. He actually was more of a pain than anything, if I'm honest. What he did is he would pick up by hand a couple stones, put it in my wheelbarrow, walk with me to the place where I was dumping it, and then jump in the wheelbarrow to get a ride back to the pile. He made it harder. And then after about a month, one day I came out and I was working on it, and then he came out and I see him rearranging the stones and building this almost retaining wall along the side. And my job that day was to be his helper, was to find the right stones for his design of the wall. He says, "Daddy, it's like stacking Lego blocks." And it was really smart what he did. I would have never thought to put that wall, that retaining wall that he designed there, but he did it. And I'll tell you, our garden bed now where that stone is there is really special to us. Every time I come home, I look at that and I smile because I have those memories, because I did that work myself, right? I chose that hard. We could have easily hired somebody else to do that work. I think that's missing the point. I think that's missing the most important point.